Welcome to a new week here on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Micciche, co-owner of True North Retirement Advisors, a fee-only fiduciary financial advisory practice managing over $390 million in client assets. If you are 5 to 10 years on either side of retirement and looking for some daily quick tips to help you on your retirement journey, you are in the right place here on this podcast. All right, so this week's theme is home updates that actually add value. In the summer of 2021, we did a major home remodel, spent way more than I thought we were going to spend. And we did a lot of updates that were well worthwhile. We actually had to move in with my in-laws for 2 months because we got all new flooring throughout the whole entire house. We updated our kitchen. We didn't knock down cabinets. We painted the cabinets. We didn't move any appliances or anything. But between painting pretty much the entire house and doing new flooring everywhere and tearing apart our kitchen, I mean, the place looked like a war zone for a while. So there's no way with 3 kids at the time and one being about a year old that we were going to stay in our house during this process. But our house is about 20 years old and it's a craftsman style, which I absolutely love. But the kitchen was the bane of my existence. It felt like a very dark dungeon. The whole house really did need to be painted. I don't know what the people were thinking with the paint colors they picked. And we needed new light fixtures. We did a couple of other smaller things like some built-in bookcases in a room in our living room where I like to do a lot of reading. And of course, all new carpet flooring everywhere. We repaired our master shower. We had like tiles breaking and stuff like that. So there were some things that were must have or very important sort of deferred maintenance type things like the breaking tiles. But then there was a lot of things that were fine too that I just didn't want anymore, like the ugly green granite tile we had in our kitchen and the ugly backsplash and the really dark cabinets and the shiny cherry floors, which I absolutely hated as well. Now the kitchen is light and bright, and I'm so happy with how it turned out, especially the kitchen. The kitchen is my favorite part. But during the design selection process, I did have to be very careful about countertop selections and backsplash and paint color for the cabinet, because I wanted to stay consistent with the style of our home and not do anything that was way too personalized and wouldn't sell well. When, I didn't do it with the idea that we were going to sell our house, but knowing that we probably won't live here forever, I wanted to do something that wasn't stupid. And someone would come in our house and be like, wow, I have to get rid of this right away. I also didn't want to get sick of the updates. So not only did I want it to appeal to future buyers, the only thing that I really did that was, I would say, borderline trendy or very much out there was I did this really cool tile in our laundry room, which of course I might get sick of that. The more you do that's kind of unique and different, it's almost like, lipstick. I can only take so much red lipstick. I'm kind of a no lipstick kind of person. So if I put too much red lipstick in the entire house, that's not a good combination and I'm going to get sick of it. So I didn't want that to happen. So who knows, in 5 or 10 years, if we're still living here, maybe I'll end up ripping up that laundry room when I get sick of it, but maybe not. Okay, so I spent a lot of time in preparing for this week's episodes, researching the happy marriage of what's important. You want to pick the things that you like and not just appeal to this invisible future buyer persona who may or may not buy your house one day. But you also want to be careful because you want the updates that you add and any remodeling projects that you do, you want it to actually add value to your home and not detract from your home's value. Well, perhaps you are considering a major renovation, maybe some new flooring, refreshing your paint, a new bathroom. So this week I'm exploring the home updates that do add value, some principles you want to keep in mind when updating your home, and some upgrades that might actually be downgrades when it comes to the value of your home. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you know someone who would benefit from listening to this week's theme, maybe someone you know who is getting ready to do a remodel, they're in the design phase, they haven't gotten too far down that path of wanting to update their home, this would be the perfect time to listen because I'll talk about the financial considerations. Of course, I'm going to talk about the financial aspect of a home remodel and things you want to keep in mind when trying to finance it as well. I'll also talk about what adds value and what doesn't add value. So really, really important financial considerations. This is not just an emotional thing like, oh, it would be so nice to have all new light and bright kitchen cabinets. That's what I wanted. But we have to consider the value of those updates and what we're getting out of it when it comes to the return on investment. Because these things are not cheap. They're very, very expensive. So we have to be smart about it financially. Okay, so if you know someone who's in that boat, be sure to share the show with them. It takes just a few seconds to hit that share icon wherever you're listening to me right now. So you can text or email the show link to someone you know who is eyeing retirement and also eyeing a home remodel update project. All right, come on back tomorrow. I'm going to talk about, this is going to be the most important episode I talk about all week, the top 5 low-cost upgrades that actually do increase value. Like you are very likely, if you do it right, to get 100% return on investment when it comes to recouping the cost of that update, which is very rare. Very few updates that you do to your home will you actually get back the full value of the cost when it comes to adding value to your home. All right, my name is Ashley Micciche, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips Podcast.